Well, there it is. Thought this would be a little easier accessible getting off the train, but crossing a street's not bad. This is the Metro Lounge. These are the full rooms. No one in that one. Okay, I'm a little bit settled in now. Here's like my initial reactions to the room. It's definitely cozy. I was expecting that. This is a Viewliner 1, so I have a toilet in here. I don't believe I'm going to use it though. It's surprisingly quiet. I didn't think that there'd be a lot of noise dampening, but I actually can't really hear anything. So, at least maybe not over the AC over here, which is high. But overall, seems like it's got all the standard amenities. I was kind of expecting one of the dinner menus to show up so I can get like so I could know what I want before the dinner, for my dinner reservation. But I guess I'll see it later. But they did include the standard 2 bottles of water, which is nice. We got a bunch of towels and some shampoo and conditioner and lotion, cups and soap. That's very nice. I actually packed my own shampoo and conditioner and body wash, all of that, expecting that would not be included, but I guess I didn't pay enough details. Standard buttons here, you know, mirror light, a couple of outlets. On this side, standard, you know, lights for up above, attendant call, and thermostat, you know, lights here for the wall, reading, night light, mirror light up there, top bunk, which works fine, I guess. I'm probably not going to sleep up there. We'll see though. And then a tray table. The classic chessboard. I kind of thought it was going to extend out a little further. Other than that, seems pretty standard. Obviously not super duper clean. I'll have to check out the restrooms and everything else maybe after we finally leave. We're still just here at Penn Station at the Moynihan Train Hall. Okay, I just actually got the dinner menu, so I'm just kind of surprised it wasn't in the room. Anyway, so for lunch and dinner, we have this is just the regular flexible dining menu for the flexible sleeping cars for as of this year. So you'll find this just as normal in exactly the same document on Amtrak's website. But yeah. I believe with the Lakeshore, we'll have dinner and then breakfast in the morning. So, probably gonna try the short ribs on this one. I'll have to see. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. Maybe the omelet tomorrow for breakfast. I've heard mixed things about it, so I'll have to see and give it a shot myself. If they're really just rubbery and awful, or if they're actually decent for any Amtrak food. And of course, complimentary beverages are available during all periods, and then complimentary alcoholic drinks during dinner. So I'll probably grab a beer or maybe a cocktail. Nothing on the back. It's currently, I believe, around $3.50. Check. Yeah, and so it's $3.49, and the attendant came by and said he will be back at 4:30. So I'll be able, I have a good amount of time to decide. We're leaving New York. As far as what I've packed, I pack really light, so I just have like my Switch in here for entertainment. I've got some snacks in here, so I'm not like ravaging the cafe car every time I'm hungry for a little something. I've got all my clothes. In the bottom, actually, since you are allowed to bring pretty much whatever on Amtrak, as long as it's not illegal. I have some alcoholic drinks in here as well, since you're only provided one with dinner. And then, of course, this has all my toiletries. I've got a pack of gum in here just in case. And then, of course, standard array of toiletries. So I've got, you know, everything to wash my hair, put on like deodorant, shave, brush my teeth. I got some chapstick. I brought a bunch of shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, but that's actually included. I was interrupted by the announcement for just some general rules and regulations to kind of follow on board. Information about the bathrooms, and you should keep them clean, stuff like that. So yeah, as I was saying, they do include some stuff for showering, of course, and of course, you know, towel and washcloth. And then a couple other things I have in here, just my chargers. I've got my laptop. Probably the one thing that I brought that's definitely going to be helpful is a power cord or extension cord, because there's only 2 outlets in here, and they're over here. So if I want to sit in the comfy seat over here and charge my phone or use my laptop, I need to get a cable over there. So that is what this is for. Very helpful. I'm not saying this seat isn't comfy, but it's not the comfier one. Also, I forgot just a little bit over here. They got some towels and trash bin. Overall, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great experience. This will be my first overnight leg. I have my second overnight leg tomorrow on the Capital Limited. So, might have mentioned that already, but I'm kind of just going off the cuff here. You know, I'm gonna edit stuff out as I go. But yeah, wow, look at that. Like I said in my run-throughs before, I also forgot to mention the sink. I think I mentioned that, yes, this is a Viewliner 1 because it has a toilet in the room, but I won't be using that. Here is my sink. It's very good that it has ice water for drinking, so, you know, I'll be able to refill my water bottle. It's the one thing I dislike about riding in coach, is that there's not an easy way to refill things. The water spigot is actually, you know, quite small and recessed, so it's hard to fill anything. But here, you know, got plenty of room to fill things. And of course, both hot and cold taps run. warm water does work. That'll be good for shaving. Yeah, other than that, it's going to take a little bit getting used to having to close this slowly. The first time I did it, I kind of closed it fast. I think I got some water on some things, but yeah, I'm a little bothered that this doesn't go down all the way, but it doesn't have to. So yeah, and then of course a mirror, which is fine. Spectacular view of the Hudson from the train. I've never been along the Hudson River, so this is my first time. Well, I guess the view is a little cut a little short, but those cliffs over there are beautiful. Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm trying to see. Okay, there's a peak here. There we go. Going past Hastings on Hudson. If there is one way to begin a trip, it's like this. This is amazing. Okay, we've made it to our first station stop for Harmon. I wanted to see if I could still at least track my train as it goes through New York and Ohio and Illinois, but unfortunately the Amtrak Wi-Fi is not exactly good enough even for this basic functionality. I definitely did not expect to do any streaming or like media consumption of any kind, so, but to not even have a connection to do something like this is a little surprising, but not entirely disappointing. I still have my phone. My phone has a pretty decent connection, so it's just a little unfortunate. departed from, what was it, Kingstone Rhineland or something? Or maybe it's Rhinestone. I forget, whatever. Just before Albany Rensselaer. As far as the laptop setup is concerned, I do have my laptop up and running, but it is a little crowded. I just have a standard 14-inch ThinkPad, and I can't quite fit it all the way and not mess with the cables on the left side. I think if you have cables on the right side, it's a little easier to deal with. But yeah, I just wanted to get like a quick video of them, so I'm going to start trying to transfer stuff over to my laptop now. So here's the Albany Rensselaer train station. We won't be departing again until 7:05, so I've got a bit of time out here to kind of just get some fresh air. There's our train. Try not to get the sun in the camera. Okay, over there, it's Albany. And down here, this train that's ending with the baggage car. That is my Lakeshore Limited. So. It is 7:17 p.m. I think you can see there. Yeah. We are at Albany Rensselaer for the normal stopover to connect the 49 and the Boston originated train. A little late on the departure from Albany today. For some reason, I've just been sitting here. I thought I heard the engines roaring, starting up again or something. So I was hoping that would be the time to start recording. I'm trying to catch this right as we start leaving. So my dinner reservation should be soon. It's in about 15 minutes. 7:30. I'm hoping we leave by then. That'd be nice. At least I can catch this. Otherwise, I might be in the middle of eating and cannot record. But we'll see. Okay, here we are. We are now finally leaving Albany Rensselaer at 7:20. It's about 15 minutes past our scheduled departure time of 7:05 p.m., but I was luckily able to catch this on camera. My dinner reservation's at 7:30, and I wasn't sure if I would have to leave for my dinner reservation before I could catch this on recording, but we are now pulling out of Albany Rensselaer. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I'm not from here, so if that's not how you're supposed to pronounce it, please let me know. But it's what I've heard it pronounced as in other Amtrak videos that deal with going through the Albany Rensselaer station. So I'm just doing my best. Finally, after following the Hudson for what seems like a long time, we're crossing it, heading westward towards Chicago. There's Albany, or maybe that's Rensselaer. I don't know if it's like a Twin Cities name or what, but it's one of the two. Alright, I've just gotten back from dinner. Overall, it was a pleasant experience. Nothing to write home about, though. I had the beef with short ribs, as I showed, and they were okay. Definitely needed some salt and pepper to brighten them up, especially, and with the mashed potatoes. But they were about what I was expecting, maybe a little bit more. So, I'm definitely not disappointed. Anyway, it's getting sundown here, so I don't know how much more footage I'll be able to grab, but we had left Schenectady while I was eating dinner, so we went through that station, and then while I was eating dinner, I overheard from one of the conductors that there may be an issue in Syracuse, which can cause a delay. Not too sure. They were not very specific about it. But overall, this has just been a pleasant experience. Very cozy, very relaxing. I'm looking forward to enjoying my evening. If my bed gets made, I'll at least show the setup for what that looks like. Otherwise, I'll have to make it myself. But other than that, just gonna relax. Good evening. So this is the nighttime setup for my Lakeshore Limited roomette. I've got my bed made down here. The car captain did come by and ask around, not particularly to anybody specifically, but rather just like asks as going through if anybody wanted their bed down. But I decided to just do it myself. It was actually fairly straightforward. Even the instructions are very nice about it. So overall, this looks like a pretty, definitely cozy bed. Don't know how well I will do sleeping in it, but we'll see. Cool little Amtrak blanket. As far as what I did for setting everything up for my own amenities, I just moved my luggage up to the luggage bin. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, so up by the top bunk, this is what the top bunk looks like. It's a very little headroom there, but you can also lower it down. It's on slides. But yeah, so I just moved my luggage up here. There's an extra blanket if I need it, but I don't think I'm gonna need 3 blankets. I just need the one. So yeah, that is more or less the only thing different. I have my laptop over there, just for my own entertainment. Got one of the beverages I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good night. This is a overall very good impression, just from the first day. Alright, just past 10 o'clock at night. We just finished pulling into Syracuse. This is probably going to be the last major stop I'm going to be awake for. I might be just falling asleep when we pull into Buffalo. I'm unsure. Just wanted to catch a little bit of footage. Can't unfortunately see any signs, but I do not record again for the rest of the night. I hope that anybody watching has a good night and have a good night as well. I will record again in the morning, if not, like later. Good morning. It's about 6:45. The train just left Toledo, Ohio about 15 minutes ago. So we are about to enter Indiana. overall, last night wasn't all bad. It definitely took some getting used to getting to sleep, and the train rocked quite a bit. But surprisingly, after a couple of tries, I was able to get like some consistent, like long sleep. So all in all, not as bad as I was expecting. We'll see what there's to see in Illinois and Indiana today. Alright, here's a little peek at the Amtrak bathroom, at least the shower. I haven't been able to use this yet because it was filled with luggage last time. But here's the shower. Looks like it hasn't been used yet today, but I will see if it works. At least get this open. If I remember correctly, you have to like turn the knob to set the pressure. Oh, that actually works quite well. I thought you were supposed to like push this button. That's fairly warm. This is not a good shower. I just finished my shower. Unfortunately, the 15 seconds of hot water was all that there was. So, it was a very cold shower, but I made it work. Overall, not the most awful experience. The stall is not a lot smaller than the one I have at home, so it wasn't too unusual. The button didn't really do anything. I thought the button maybe was needed to put on the hot water, but it was super hard to press and I couldn't get it to work. So maybe that's what I missed, but this would be a lot better with hot water. I took it very fast because I don't like cold showers. Alright, I am back from my shower. During my shower, we stopped in Bryan, Ohio, and now we are just rolling through the end of Ohio, heading into Indiana. I actually grew up around this scenery, so I'm very familiar with these fields and their appearances, so nothing new to me, but it's definitely something I haven't seen in a while, so it's nice to get a good look at it again. While I was in there, of course, the car captain decided to come in and put my bed up, which was fantastic. I didn't even have to ask. Sure to leave him a very good tip. Pretty much all set up for arriving in Chicago today, and then be able to spend some time there, and then take the Capital Limited to Washington, D.C. I am back from breakfast. After my shower and after I dropped everything off, I kind of just like stepped into the dining car and I asked somebody what the situation for breakfast is, and all you have to do is just sit down, and somebody took my order immediately, which was very nice. I had the 3-egg omelet with the the sun-dried tomatoes and the potatoes and the 2 little bits of sausage. I knew going into it that was a divisive dish. I know some people, some of the reports I've seen on YouTube, they absolutely abhor the omelet. They say it's like rubbery and it's just awful, and other people don't seem to mind it. So in this scenario, or in this situation, at least the way I was served, I didn't mind it. The eggs were honestly like quite cheesy, so I got to have a proper cheese pull, which was nice. Didn't really taste or feel rubbery at all. They weren't obviously fresh cooked. I think that's what a lot of people expect
going on to some of these trips is, especially on the Eastern routes, they either think it's going to be just like the Western routes, or they're expecting like above and beyond, where it's just not going to be possible. So I was able to at least gather and set my expectations, and I was not disappointed. So we've got about 2 hours left until we arrive in Chicago. So it's 8:18 a.m. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. I forgot about the time change. We have 3 hours because Chicago is in Central Time. So the arrival time is 10:12 a.m. Central Time while we are still in Eastern Time. So we have about 3 hours until breakfast starts. Or sorry, until we arrive in Chicago. Other than that, I've just been enjoying these farmlands and the little rivers and tributaries that I've been finding along the route. There's some decent views of some during breakfast this morning, but yeah, so far it's been pretty comfortable this morning. Haven't really had any issues. Pulling into South Bend, Indiana right now. I'm fairly familiar with this city. Since I grew up around the northern Indiana, southern Michigan region, I've been to areas like Elkhart and South Bend pretty often. So I've just never been to the actual Amtrak station before, though. But yeah, so it's just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. This is our last stop until Chicago, I believe. So next time I start recording, it'll be probably getting off the train, unless there's any interesting scenery. Unfortunately, I'm not on the right side. I'm not on the right side of the train, so I won't get any views of Lake Michigan. But so luckily, the person across from me left a couple stations ago, so I can actually kind of record both sides. And you can see on this side, at least, I think some of the sand dunes are in the background. Unfortunately, on this side, it's just kind of boring. Over there in the background, you can actually see Lake Michigan. So there's a little bit of a view over there. There's a lot of stuff in the way. There you go. A little bit better. Here we are pulling into Chicago. We see one of the Midwest service trains also tailing behind us. I've been to Chicago a few times. Once when I was a kid, once for a convention in the area, and this is my third time being in Chicago proper. Although the convention was in one of the suburbs, so unfortunately I never visited downtown Chicago. But I'm gonna have an 8-hour layover here, so I'm gonna have plenty of time to explore. Still not that much going on over there. Get a lot of city views at least. start to see a little bit of downtown over there. I don't know how much is going to be visible, considering we're going to have to go underground. But, yeah, we'll see at the station.